I beg, who get good news, make you share with us for comment section. I just not to frustrate us. If you get good news, any good news at all, if you get admission abroad, if you get new job, if your wife if your wife deliver a newborn baby, if now you deliver newborn baby, if you now build new house, if you travel safely, just give us good news for this conversation. May we follow you, Jolly. At least may we happy. may we see reason to laugh. Because once you open any social media now, bad news, they carry this one. Bad news just full everywhere. You don't get anything where they give Nigerians joy again for social media. If you wake up, you must hear one bad news or the other. I beg. Anywhere where you it no matter whether we know you or not. It no matter whether the good news concern us or not. Whatever good news it is, if you still dey school and you go check your result, you pass, share with us. Let's share your joy. You know, say now no be the time where they hot joy. You know, be the time where we say if you get the good news, you go come say make a day alone. No, and you did not celebrate me when I was. We go celebrate you now. Even when people take the search for good news. So the people they look for and for Google. Good news. Now if you search good news for Google will ask you which country. You can't do mistake, all right? Nigeria. They're sorry, not available at the moment. You know, everywhere. Bad news just full everywhere. So I beg, if you don't say if you do surgery, you is successful, share with us for comment section. Maybe we just begin to rejoice anyhow. And guys, once anybody share in good news for comment section, rejoice say na your own. BP there. Because this kind of thing now where they happen everywhere. You don't see say now the people where they carry now no be rich again. They carry pan one tapper. So it means say, and if you touch anybody. So I beg, if you get any good news, anything at all, it no matter as it takes sound, any slightest good news, share with us now. Comment them, make you just write them. Make all of us just say, over. If you see as people take the scout for where then they celebrate, they will say, what thing they do there? And they hear music. They say, hey, get person way. You get person will just come back from abroad. Oh, but now I never. He join just to share in happiness. Even if say now for 2 minutes, people share the happiness. Maybe we just happy small. Share, beg, share. We won't follow you, rejoice. Maybe people go keep us. Mamma mia.
My name is Honorable Mohammed Bello El Rufai. I represent the excellent people of Kaduna North. I'm from Kaduna State. Mr. Speaker, I'll try and be as quick as possible. It was a long day and I came late because I was unwell. Let's do this quickly. Short term, the President has rolled out a clear plan that we commend. A lot of my colleagues have rightly spoken about this and I agree. But our problem is not announcing plans. It's executing them with clear timelines. This Parliament must insist upon those timelines based on the President's recommendations. One thing I would like to add, Mr. Speaker, in addition to the recruitment, is the need for us to increase immediately the basic salaries and the welfares of police officers and soldiers, and we must find the money to do that. At present, Nigeria, put it this way, one police officer manages 600 Nigerians. The UN recommends that ratio should be 1 to 400. We are understaffed. The President has tackled that. That's one point in terms of the short-term solution. And I think, sir, you leadership and committee chairman like Honorable Jimmy Benson should keep an eye on this execution. We can't just make announcements. Let's say by February we're about to see XYZ. That will help. In the medium term, sir, there was a conviction recently of a terrorist, Boko Haram. I believe his name is Husseini Ismail. He was convicted for 20 years by a high court. He was a Boko Haram terrorist. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted, I think, last week, and his own conviction said life sentence. I don't understand why one terrorist is getting 20 years and the other is getting a life sentence if you're saying that. I think Pastor made a good point. There's this idea that justice is served differently, and it affects the problem. Mr. Speaker, I'll conclude by saying this. I've been an advocate of state police. I've sought the wisdom of more experienced members like Honorable Sada Soli, Honorable Ado Dogwa, even yourself and the Speaker. I think the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. Somebody said that earlier. We cannot be sitting in Abuja and expecting operations to be efficient in Benue. We have to go back to communal policing. You that are older than us always tell us there was a time when if a guest comes to a community, everybody knows him. We have to get the traditional leaders involved and go back to state policing. This parliament, under your leadership, and I know the excellent work you're doing in the Constitutional Review Committee, is looking at that. Sir, no time for election talk now. We have to tell the public a timeline to roll this out. The fear that governors will abuse it always shocks me because they already have all that power. I'll finally end by putting myself in trouble as usual. The North has an issue. My honorable sister mentioned why we've become a breeding ground for such things. This is why. We are not sending our children to school. Of late, you have bandits on TikTok holding monies. The younger people, younger than myself, that have no employment and no skill because we've neglected them. It's a failure on all our parts over the years. Mr. Speaker, these young people go on TikTok and see a criminal holding minted cash. He's suddenly exciting. You want to emulate him. Mr. Speaker, we can do whatever we want to do in terms of FDI, IGR, investments, but we are failing in our primary duty, which is to protect the people we serve. We must increase the welfare of police officers. Recruitment should not be by allocation, sir. Each state should provide the exact amount of numbers. It should be digitized. We should look for young Nigerians that want to join the army to serve, not because it's a job that's seen as something else. I'm sorry if I spoke too friendly, Mr. Speaker. We are relying on you and the members of the Constitutional Review Committee to not only follow up with the President's excellent announcement, but to finally roll out state police in this country. I hope I made my point, and I really appreciate the session today. And once again, sorry I came late. Thank you so much.
30 seconds more. You still have another 30 seconds.
Oh, I thought I didn't have time, Mr. Speaker. Fine, with the 30 seconds, let me... Sir? What? No, sir. I think the reason why I spoke like that, Mr. Speaker, is the passion is enough. You said something that I appreciated, and Honorable Benson said something earlier, and I was at fault. Shagaya and I were joking about something. And then you said this is not a funny matter. It's not. I also would like to implore all of us here. This is not a time for weddings, for events, as you rightly said, for dinners or public. You know, we should show that.
Time up, Honorable Rufai. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure.